Hello everyone, and in this video, I will be recapping the Inside Man, a thriller and crime film from 2006. Subscribe and hit the bell to never miss a recap, and leave a movie suggestion in the comments for me to recap. The movie opens with Dalton Russell sitting alone addressing the audience directly that he has committed the perfect bank robbery and challenges anyone to figure out how. We then transition to a normal day in New York City, where the Manhattan Trust Bank, a prestigious financial institution, begins its operations for the day. As Dalton walks in, he first blinds all the security cameras so no one can have an idea of what they are doing. Then his team three masked accomplices dressed as painters enter the bank under the guise of construction workers. Within moments, they brandish weapons, orders everyone to the ground, and take control of the bank. A cop nearby sees smoke coming out of the bank, so he tries to see what's happening, but the doors are shut locked. Then Dalton comes out and tells him he has hostages, and he will start killing people if they try to come in. Shortly after, two main detectives play a big part. Detectives Frazier and Mitchell, a part of the hostage negotiation team, are informed about the hostages, so they get to the bank as quick as possible. Lots of LAPD and SWAT teams arrive at the scene as they surround the bank and secure the entire block. The owner of the Manhattan Bank, Arthur Case, is told that his bank is being held with hostages and a robbery is in progress, and after being told, he is in shock and is nervous. Employees and customers are quickly rounded up, and all their phones and personal belongings are confiscated. They force hostages to strip down to their underwear and change into identical painters' overalls and masks, making it impossible to tell the robbers apart from the hostages. A little while after, one of the hostages seemed to have trouble breathing, so Dalton takes him outside, but is dressed the same exact way, so the cops arrest the hostage and he lets them know it's not him. Arthur Case makes an urgent call to a high-profile fixer, Madeleine White, requesting her help. He mentions something about an unregistered safe deposit box in the bank that he wants to remain hidden. Detective Frazier and Mitchell finds the van Dalton and his team used and wants to check it for any fingerprints, but they soon later find out there are 0 fingerprints found. The negotiation team try to call the cell number in the bank, but Dalton just watches it ring. Soon after, they get to the cameras, but realize what Dalton did as he blinds the cameras with a flash, and now they are left with nothing. Dalton, the leader of the robbers, releases the first hostage. The decision to let one person go is part of the robbers' carefully crafted plan to create confusion and buy time. Frazier and his crew question the first hostage that was released. They attempt to gather more information about the robbers' identities and plans. As the standoff between the robbers and the police continues, Dalton Russell decides to take advantage of the situation by making a list of demands. His request for food, drinks, and other supplies. This time Dalton's team comes out and tells them they need food for 50 people on a piece of paper, so they decided to get pizza for the people. As they patiently waited, their request finally came as the SWAT team came with dozens of pizza boxes and loads of water. As Dalton's team collects the food, Frazier on the other hand tries to get Dalton to talk, but that also does not work. As the robbers shuffle people around, one of them blends in with the hostages, pretending to be just another frightened victim. Madeleine White, a high-powered political consultant, arrives and is granted direct access to the crime scene, something highly unusual. She meets with Detective Frazier and the police commissioner, stating she has high-level government authorization to enter the bank and talk to the robbers. Dalton Russell uses the phone to communicate directly with Detective Keith Frazier, making it clear that he is in control of the situation. One of the key moments of the conversation is when Dalton mentions that he won't negotiate until his conditions are met. Inside the bank, she meets with Dalton Russell and tries to negotiate on behalf of Arthur Case. She offers Dalton money and safe passage in exchange for one thing, leaving a certain safe deposit box untouched. Dalton, clearly aware of its importance, refuses. As Dalton allows Frazier to come in the bank, also Frazier looks around. He notices the hostages all dressed identically to the robbers, making it impossible to distinguish them. He realizes this heist is far more calculated than it seems, and every move he makes is being anticipated. After Frazier leaves the bank, the robbers stage an execution to convince the police that they are serious. They bring one of the hostages into a separate room, away from the others, and make a big show of intimidating them. Soon later, Detective Frazier and his crew discovers that there was a hidden listening device planted near the police command post. He realizes that Dalton Russell and his crew have been eavesdropping on their communications the entire time. After hours of negotiations, the robbers release all the hostages at once, creating massive confusion. Since everyone inside is wearing identical outfits, the police cannot distinguish the real robbers from the hostages. The police storm the bank, But no robbers are found. No money is missing. No weapons are left behind. The vault is untouched except for Arthur Case's secret safe deposit box, which is now empty. Detective Keith Frazier is seen discussing the unfolding situation with one of his team members. By this point, Frazier is growing increasingly frustrated with how the heist is playing out. Dalton Russell has consistently stayed ahead of them, and every attempt to gain control has been countered. Frazier and his team are likely reviewing a list of hostages or bank employees, trying to determine if there are any patterns or inconsistencies that might give them a lead. When Frazier goes to meet up with Madeline, she reveals that something valuable inside the bank must be protected not by the robbers, but by Case himself. After her conversation with Frazier, she goes to speak with Arthur Case. She is calm and composed, but her words carry an edge. She knows there is more to this situation than just a simple hostage crisis. A week later, we see Dalton Russell emerging from a hidden compartment inside the bank storage room. During the heist, Dalton built a hidden space behind a supply closet inside the bank. He stayed hidden inside for a full week, waiting for the police to clear out. Now, dressed in a suit, he walks out of the bank unnoticed, blending in with normal customers. As the two men pass each other, the encounter is quick, but there is a silent recognition between them. As Detective Frazier goes to unlock the deposit box, finds nothing but candy wrappers, a diamond, and a letter. Frazier visits Arthur Case one last time, hinting that he knows about his Nazi past and the crimes he tried to bury. Arthur Case remains silent but visibly shaken. Frazier returns home and finds a small diamond in his coat pocket, left there by Dalton during their brief encounter at the bank. This proves that Dalton was right next to him all along and got away with everything. Thanks for watching until the end, and if you made it this far, make sure you subscribe for more breakdowns.